Hello, Patriots. I'm Dr. Ken Henry, and this is Conservative Commentary, where we spread the MAGA message. Well, Pam Bondi has certainly caused a firestorm in D.C., hasn't she? This Epstein debacle could end her tenure, and Pam was supposed to be one of the fiercest warriors in Trump's America First cabinet. A no-nonsense prosecutor who would finally rip the veil off the Epstein scandal and expose the elite predators hiding behind sealed files and media silence. Instead, she's become the face of what many in the MAGA movement now see as a governmental cover-up. And that's why her days as Attorney General may just be numbered. She promised a bombshell and delivered a dud. In February, Bondi told Fox News the Epstein client list was sitting on my desk and then she was reviewing it at President Trump's direction.
You know, I saw your appearance at CPAC with Ben and with Ted Cruz, and one of the things that you alluded to, and this is something Donald Trump has talked about, that DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Now, that statement electrified MAGA supporters, and many of us have long believed the Epstein files contain proof of a global elite pedophile ring. And then comes the DOJ memo in July claiming that no such list existed and that Epstein died by suicide. Bondi backpedaled, saying she meant the entirety of the paperwork, not a literal list, a clarification that felt like a betrayal to many.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file, along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that.
Now, MAGA influencers are furious. Megyn Kelly called Bondi's handling lazy and predicted her firing. Laura Loomer accused her of lying and demanded she be removed. Glenn Beck, Liz Wheeler, and the Hodge twins joined the chorus, calling her incompetent and unfit. Even Elon Musk piled on, suggesting the Trump administration was slow-walking the truth.
What kind of an attorney general would pretend she's giving new information to some of the president's most loyal advocates in the press, you know, buying ink by the barrel? So either Pam Bondi knew she was about to embarrass some of his most loyal surrogates out there and did that willingly, or she didn't take the time to make sure what was in those binders. She was too lazy to actually figure out none of this is new. And yet she called a meeting with the influencers that included Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, and the sitting vice president. So she's either lazy and incompetent, or she willingly humiliated some of the president's most loyal supporters. Neither one of those is good, and that's why I'm sorry, but I'm going to predict her days are numbered as a member of the Trump administration.
I'll speak for myself. I never thought that I would be offering an apology to Jeffrey Epstein. I think of all the times I've maligned that guy, all the times I've accused him of crimes, of blackmailing people, of trafficking children to powerful figures around the world on behalf of global intel services. And then I learned yesterday from Attorney General Pam Bondi that's totally untrue.
Yes, yeah.
The guy killed himself after 36 days in prison for no reason. He was a billionaire. He had no clients. He'd done nothing wrong other than get like naughty massages 20 years before. And the guy killed himself, another pointless death. And then his best friend, former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, doing 20 years in prison for no crime. There are no victims.
Yes, it's a victimless crime. They're obviously persecuted by the state.
Yes.
They're political prisoners, really. It's The Hague should come in and do an investigation, or we're watching one of the most systematic government cover-ups of all time.
Far-right activist Laura Loomer, Gretchen, we know Trump listens to her. She has been hammering Pam Bondi on social media. She posted, "How come we can't talk about what a dumb, lying bimbo Pam Bondi is? JD Vance, please encourage President Trump to fire Pam Bondi. She's a disgrace."
I want Pam Bondi fired.
It escalated quickly.
Yeah, well, no, and here's why. Do you release a tape that is supposed to be the evidence? Do you release a tape and then let the public find out for themselves that there's an edit in the tape?
Well, what is Pam hiding? It's certainly nothing about Trump, because you could bet that the Biden administration would have released it if there's anything about Trump in those files. Tucker Carlson accused Bondi of covering up Epstein's files to ties to U.S. and Israeli intelligence. Carlson argued that the DOJ's memo was a smokescreen to protect deep state operatives and global elites. MAGA loyalists expected Bondi to be the one who blew the lid off the swamp, not the one defending it. President Trump's silence is deafening on this matter. Now, he did defend her in passing, but he's conspicuously praised others like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, who also pushed Epstein conspiracy. Bondi's absence from Trump's recent Truth Social posts has not gone unnoticed. If Trump wants to restore trust to his base, cutting Bondi loose may be his only option. Pam Bondi was handed the MAGA movement's most explosive file, and she fumbled it. Whether it was incompetence, pressure from the deep state, or something darker, the result is the same. The base feels betrayed. And in Trump's America, betrayal doesn't go unpunished. If Bondi doesn't resign soon, expect the MAGA faithful to demand her removal, loudly, relentlessly, and unapologetically. Now, there are others, however, who have a different idea. Tim Burchett, congressman from Knoxville, Tennessee, believes that the files were destroyed by the Biden administration to cover up for perhaps Bill Clinton and other Democrats.
One Republican congressman predicted back in February that we'd never learn the truth about what really happened to the disgraced pedophile.
What are we going to learn?
Just today, the FBI found 1,400 new files. Now, I don't know, they're as crooked as a dog's leg, as we say in East Tennessee. I don't trust any of them. I don't think we're going to get, I don't know. No, just no.
Congressman Tim Burchett of Tennessee, member of the House Oversight Accountability Committee, joins us now. The confident smile of a man who can say, "I told you so," is what I see on your face, sir.
I don't take any pleasure in it. I want to bury those dirt bags, but I'm afraid I was right. I've seen too much of it. And every time they're supposed to release something, they never do, whether it be UFOs, JFK, RFK. It's the nature of the beast up here.
Who are the dirt bags?
I think your second, third level tier people that are in a lot of these departments that we never get to. You have staffers and things like that on the Capitol Hill that leak things, that stop important pieces of legislation. And I just feel like you've got to, I guess I'll write about it in my book if I live to tell that day. But I think the files existed at one time. I think they were destroyed in the previous administration.
Alan Dershowitz says he knows for sure there's a list and who's on it, but he's bound by confidentiality imposed by the courts.
There's a clip of Alan Dershowitz that's gone totally viral. It was from an interview he gave 𝘲𝒐𝙣𝒅. I'm going to play it for you. I'm going to update it for you. And then we're going to talk about what, if anything, it all means for what we're supposed to believe about the FBI's files.
Let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them. And that's wrong.
Just out of curiosity, without names, are these politicians, business leaders, both?
They're everything. And let me tell you, a lot of them are, at least one of them is somebody who was accused. Others are accusers. And the judges have said, if somebody calls themselves a victim, we're not going to give any information about them. But they may not be victims. They may be perpetrators. So we don't have information about false accusers. And we know there have been many false accusers who have accused innocent people for money, and those records are being deliberately, willfully suppressed.
I don't know where this is going to end, but now we're hearing that Dan Bongino is so angry over this that he is considering resigning.
Dan Bongino is thinking of resigning from the agency after taking issue with Attorney General Pam Bondi over the handling of those files.
Chanley Painter joins us with details on that.
Hey, good morning again, guys. So according to sources to Fox News Digital, this all comes on the heels of a heated argument between FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino and Attorney General Pam Bondi that occurred on Wednesday at the White House over the Justice Department's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. And this after the DOJ and FBI on Sunday released a joint review walking back its claims about an Epstein celebrity client list that apparently never existed. Sources also saying Bongino is considering resigning and took a day off from work on Friday due to his frustrations. But the White House is sticking up for Bondi, saying this, quote, President Trump is proud of Attorney General Bondi's efforts to execute his Make America Safe Again agenda, restore the integrity of the Department of Justice, and bring justice to victims of crime. The continued fixation on sowing division in President Trump's cabinet is baseless and unfounded in reality. The deputy AG pushed back on reports of internal strife, posting, quote, I worked closely with the FBI director and deputy director on the joint FBI and DOJ memo regarding the Epstein files. All of us signed off on the contents of the memo and the conclusions stated in the memo. The suggestion by anyone that there was any daylight between the FBI and the DOJ leadership on this memo's composition and release is patently false. While Bongino's next move is unclear, sources tell Fox News Digital Bondi and Kash Patel, the FBI director, both have no intention of stepping down.
Bongino's one of the good guys. I hope he does it. But he is known to have had a knockdown, drag-out argument with the Attorney General last Wednesday. We'll have to stay tuned to see how that develops. What do you think? What are your thoughts about this Epstein dumpster fire? You know, I have to agree with Megyn Kelly that I think she's either covering up, which I think she's covering up for somebody's directive, or she's incompetent. And I don't find Bondi to be incompetent at all. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments.